feels really important these days to bring harmony and connection into our lives, especially within our families. When I take on a new client, I ask them what 3 aspects of their life they would want to improve. When I was starting my Feng Shui and mindful design career over 20 years ago, the number 1 thing people wanted to improve was prosperity. And number 2, relationships. Then, 10, 12 years later, it started to shift. The number 1 thing people want now is family harmony and spending more quality time with each other and their children. There are various reasons that people may feel separated these days. And we will not go into a detail here why it's happening, but I do know that people really crave connection these days. I'm Natalia Kaylin. Whether you call it a living room or a family room, like many people in the US call it, what I would like to address in this video is how to create a room where family gathers. A room that is so comfortable and harmonious and inviting so that family members and occasional guests would want to sit down and spend time with each other. Even those teenage kids. Understanding Feng Shui and environmental psychology principles helps us to arrange the furniture correctly, choose the right colors, and create an atmosphere in the living room that would be nourishing to all the family members. Besides addressing best furniture placement and colors, I will talk about lighting in the living room, art, accessories, and plants. I will also address some common mistakes people make when designing their living room. And I will show some clips from my living room as well. Let's start with optimizing furniture arrangement and creating a good flow. Most families arrange their furniture around the TV or fireplace or both. In interior design, these objects are called focal points. Sometimes sitting areas are created around focal points such as a view of the ocean or a lake or a distant mountain. If you have only one focal point, it's easy to create a sitting area. If there is more than one, let's say TV and fireplace or TV and a special view, it gets a bit complicated. If people enjoy and use the fireplace while watching TV, it is best to put the TV closer to the fireplace, like in this diagram. You can put the TV in the closest corner to the fireplace or right next to the fireplace. This is a very nice contemporary living room with a TV next to the fireplace. I am not a big fan of TV above the fireplace. It is usually strenuous on the neck, unless your fireplace is lower. Here, the designer did a wonderful job creating a sitting area around the view and the fireplace. In Feng Shui, we don't like placing sofas by the windows. The back feels vulnerable and we can't enjoy the view. Many years ago, before I studied Feng Shui, we had a sofa by the window. I have observed that guests would avoid the sofa that was by the window and prefer the one that was perpendicular to it. We as a family never used the sofa either. Cats loved it though. Later, I'll show you the video of how this room is set up now. See, these details matter. If we want our family to have a good experience sitting together, we must make sure that everyone is comfortable. In this room, the sofas are placed perfectly. Adding chairs help to create a nice conversational area. If you want to feel super comfortable and like to put your feet up, placing an ottoman instead of coffee table might be a good thing. Same here. Very good furniture arrangement for this open floor living room. Keep in mind, if you want to create a space where people gather, the furniture should not be placed too far, but closer. The right furniture placement creates a sense of gathering, closeness between family members, and provides a good distance to having a meaningful conversation. Here is a good demo. In this photo, the furniture is at the perimeter of the room. And when the designer moved it closer, It created a much better conversational area around the focal point, which is the fireplace for this room. I do not recommend using a glass coffee table. Glass is a hard material and just not good for creating a comfortable and cozy space. Subconsciously, you may feel like you can break it. And so is the granite or marble table. It is cold and corners are sharp. In this room, it is a wooden table, but look how sharp these lines are, and chairs too. It is a nice placement here, but the furniture choices can be better. People are not drawn to sharp features. People are drawn to soft and rounded features. This contributes to being able to relax. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having comfortable sofas and chairs. It's best if you test your sofa and chairs in person and sit on it before you buy it. Some people like it cushy and soft, some prefer medium, and not too many people like hard sofas. The depth and the height of the sofa matters as well. It should fit your size. If you are uncomfortable sitting in it, it's inevitable you will avoid using it, and so goes your wanting to create a happy and harmonious family space. It should not be too big or too small. If the furniture is too big in the room will feel small. If you want the room to look larger, you need to minimize the amount of furniture, especially if there are several pieces that don't match. It creates a feeling of clutter. Less is usually more. Let's discuss living room colors. Since the family room hosts people with different personalities and different energy types, the family room needs to be the most balanced room in the entire house. The most balanced color is green. I like a little hint of green either in the wall colors or art or accessories. Plants are green too. We evolved outside in nature, so green has a calming and comforting effect on our psyche. I like using soft, muted, light and warm greens. Here are some nice greens in this room's trim color. This is the family room of my client. Note the room has some other vibrant colors and interesting patterns in pillows and curtains and accessories. Vibrant accent colors help to bring a sense of joy and vitality. By the way, if you like the video so far and find the information useful, I really appreciate your support in growing this channel. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Here is how I approach choosing the right colors. If the room is in the northern part of the house, it is typically darker. So I like using lighter, warmer and creamier colors on the walls. If the room has big windows, plenty of natural light, and is in the southern part of the house, I would use cooler or more neutral colors. Note the walls are neutral beige here, but adding bright green and yellow pillows, interesting patterns in the fabric of chairs and plants uplifts the energy here. In this room, the walls are white, but the blue couches and vibrant orange pillows create an unusual contrast, and green plants help to bring life to this room. Similar in this next image, the walls are neutral, but there are pinks and greens and blues and a plant in the corner there. Altogether, these colors create a soft, relaxing and a happy atmosphere. I like how the designer added a green wall behind the shelves, green sofa and green pillows in this room. So colors are your powerful allies in bringing a sense of joy, happiness and vibrancy and balance too. And so are the plants. I like larger plants in the living rooms. This is one of the biggest rooms in the house. Pick the plants with larger rounded leaves. They really add vitality. I have an entire video dedicated to plants, decorating with plants. I will add it in the description box below if you want to check it out. Now hear me. If you don't want your family members to spend time in your family room, or you don't want them to enjoy it, then do something like this. Almost no colors. Grays, whites and blacks here. Or this. gray, cold, and uninviting. No, the glass coffee table doesn't add any warmth either. In the last decade, people definitely overdid it with neutrals and grays, but the colors are coming back now. The next thing I would like to talk about is living room lighting. Based on everything I know, it is important to maximize natural lighting. Natural lighting affects the production of serotonin and melatonin, both of which play crucial roles in regulating our mood and overall well-being. It really helps if you have large windows, sometimes even sliding doors, and there is a plenty of natural light in the room. I am not a big fan of curtains because they do block natural light. I prefer light shades if you need them for privacy or if the room gets a lot of direct sunlight. It is best if the family room has different types of lighting that you can switch to depending on the time of the day and the activity. The ambient or general lighting is usually provided by recessed lighting or a combination of recessed lighting and a chandelier. Floor lamps are very useful for warm mood lighting in the evening. Table lamps provide a more intimate form of lighting and are beautiful additions to your room. Now let's discuss living room art, accessories, and plants. I want to emphasize that using natural materials and finishes brings this connection with nature that we need for our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Environmental psychology found that using natural materials such as wood, stone, clay, wool makes us happier. It relaxes us to see the natural wood grain in a flooring or furniture. It gives us pleasure to touch different textures in pillows or rugs. The best kind of art in the family room is the art that has some meaning for you and your family. Something that has an association with special landscapes, seascapes, places you've been to and had some good times at, or places where you want to be. For many reasons, we love water element in Feng Shui. This is a gorgeous room. They have plenty of greens and beautiful water image. Just one little detail. I do not like hanging water above the fireplace. It creates a clash of two Feng Shui elements, water and fire. We want to avoid a clash as it can lead to disharmony. For the same reason, I don't like mirrors above the fireplace. I do like in this photo candles in the fireplace when it is not used. Logs are fine too, just don't leave it empty. It's a large dark hole in your living room otherwise. Back to art. Some of the abstracts look sharp or feel a little bit gloomy to me, or they don't have much emotion in it, while others look and feel more harmonious. So use your judgment and your feelings when you pick art. Ask yourself what kind of feeling it brings when you tune into a piece of art. If it makes you feel joyful, expanded, uplifted, or positive in any other way, then it is a good piece of art for you. If it makes you feel contracted, cold, or negative in any other way, then this is not a good piece of art for you. Please let me know in the comments below if you have had any such or any other experiences with art. The family room is a good place to display your own photos from your trips or some family photos. Sometimes kids' art can be special to display. Just don't fall into a trap that you need to display all the pieces that your kids ever created. If there are too many things, our mind stops processing them individually and gets overwhelmed. And as promised, here is my family room. We have two couches around two focal points, the fireplace and the TV. Above the couch there are photos of our favorite trips. The wall color is called Summer Pear. The room's windows are facing northeast, so we don't get direct sunlight here. I picked a brighter wall color, and the sofas are on a brighter side also to uplift the energy and make the room feel warmer. A ficus tree that my husband grew from a seed. That's it, my husband and I are very comfortable here. In this presentation, without naming them, we actually used several Feng Shui principles. We used balancing yin-yang, implementing 5 elements, and the Bagua. If you want to learn more, there is a video of 5 elements in Feng Shui design, which I will link below. We also spent some time on showing how to create the best furniture arrangement and energy flow, and we use some psychological aspects and even hormone balancing aspects of design. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you learned some tips and tricks, and it will help you to create a beautiful, welcoming and nurturing room for your family. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to get my new videos as they come out. Bye for now.